Today is Tuesday, December 27th, 2011, and this is Vos de Sueños After Dark. And today we have So Long and Thanks for All the Ponies, Part 9 by SirGinger. Author's Note. According to Equestria Daily Writing Guide, author's notes at the start of chapters are frowned on. Whatever, I do what I want. So yeah, I do have an excuse for this update being even more delayed than my standard. I just went through basic training for the Australian Army. Yep, I'm a military brony, and I spent the past month getting yelled at instead of writing for you lovely people. So, this is Vos again. You guys, support people like this. They're awesome people. Be patient when fics take forever. Celestia knows I don't have a reason, and mine still take forever. The University of Maximegalon is the largest place of higher learning in the known universe. It is indecently large, monumentally elitist, and composed of miles upon miles of wonderfully opulent buildings, among which impoverished students spend their time playing, socializing, and occasionally attending lectures. Its library is universally famous, and it is rumored to be the single greatest collection of data ever compiled. Every planet, every sun, every theory of the cosmos has had papers from all sources written about it, and meticulously added to the appallingly vast and ever-growing sum of sentient knowledge stored within. Even that most illustrious and successful of books, The Hitchhiker's Guide, cannot hope to match the sheer size and scope of a dedicated building, itself the size of a smaller city. It is unfortunate that the university's sheer size places the library a solid day's walk from the nearest student accommodation, and several hours away from the docking bay into which our hero's erstwhile carriage lands. Inside, Twilight's excitement is mounting. When she was a filly, the library had been a sanctuary, and knowledge had been enough of a friend to her throughout the years that she had never felt the need for others. But now, she felt that old friend had betrayed her, as the universe promised to be larger, more confusing, and more illogical than she had ever imagined. As it was, she was here to reconnect, so to speak, with that old friend of hers. Finding time for an old friend is an important duty, and this usually becomes true, if any observations are to be believed, when it is discovered that the aforementioned friend has become far richer than they used to be. Twilight has discovered that this old friend has a house of unbelievable scope and prestige, so she is naturally eager to go and metaphorically sleep on its sofa, eat its food, and generally scrounge off its newly discovered wealth to the best of her abilities. The being, who for reasons of simplicity will henceforth be known only as Dude, stumped off the ramp as the ship sat with its fuel gauge neatly resting just below the empty mark, as was his policy. The immense problem of being a well-read and sentient being with no real individual identity is one he has chosen to remain in blissful ignorance of. This is, of course, how most beings deal with disturbing realizations of this sort, for reasons of sanity and convenience. Assisting him in this task is a significant quantity of a certain chemical crudely extracted from its source by application of fire. He is now utterly relaxed and in a mood to help out anyone he comes across, including the small purple sparks hovering in a friendly way on the edge of his vision. However, before he could get into a proper conversation with them, he turned to look at the ponies disembarking behind him. The pink one was acting as she had done when she had boarded, hopping happily down the ramp, but he was sure that the purple one had not previously displayed a tendency to leap around in circles. He decided to address this matter head-on.
Whoa, man. When did you get so up? You got any more of whatever that is?
You said this was the biggest library in the galaxy?
What? No, man, not here.
Twilight seemed to lose all momentum mid-leap. Her ears drooped, and her expression was suddenly that of the last kitten in the shop after closing time. Dude was horrified.
Whoa! It's fruity. It is here. Just not like right here. Bit of a walk, see? He gestured around the vast expanse of the car park, on the edge of which imposing buildings could be seen. Big university. He gestured again, like really big. He grinned helplessly. Big. He pointed. That way. I gotta go. Theta Eta Gamma Alpha Mu Eta House are having a thing, and I said I'd drop by. Gotta get there while there's still something left to drink. He gestured once more in the direction the library was apparently in. Yeah, big university. He stumbled off at speed.
Thanks very much, dude,
Twilight called after his retreating form.
Mighty good of you. Bye, Duty Woody.
It's all good, dudes. Good luck with whatever.
So,
Twilight began.
library?
Applejack started out towards the distant buildings Dude had indicated.
We better get started if we want to get there before it gets dark.
They began to walk, Twilight striding purposefully ahead, her eyes greedily fixed ahead. The idea of books in such huge numbers was practically dragging her along.
Twilight, are y'all okay?
Applejack sounded a tad concerned. Twilight didn't stop.
I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be? You're drooling is all. Sure you're okay? I am not drooling. I am
She sought the right word as she wiped off her mouth.
salivating. Nope.
Pinky interjected.
You're definitely drooling. You officially moved up to drooling once we started walking. You even left a trail.
With a loud sigh of exasperation, Twilight locked her gaze forward, and almost immediately began her fantasies about just how many books the library might have. Pinky dropped back to whisper to her fellow Earth Pony.
My spine is getting tingly. That means Twilight is super close to getting angry enough to go all Rapidash on us again. Say what now? Nothing. Just don't say anything to annoy her if you like having your eyebrows. How many of those Pinky senses have you actually got, Pinky? Oh, hundreds. It covers a lot. Such as? Well, when my spleen gets all wonky, it means Rainbow Dash is getting hit on by a guy. Wait, you actually know how they are? A little. My teeth were a bit shaky, which meant Rarity slapped some pony earlier.
She giggled.
Quite hard. I felt it from here. And Dash
She paused, apparently checking her spleen.
isn't falling for it.
Applejack turned away with relief. It was definitely reassuring to know they were okay. A horrible thought struck her.
What senses do you have for me?
Pinky hopped happily ahead of her friend again.
That would be telling.
She giggled over her shoulder. A few minutes later, she stopped.
I do have a sense for when you use words like that about your friends, though.
For the second time in recent days, Dash awoke with a throbbing headache. She gently aimed herself at what appeared to be a bottle of water, and tripped over the body of a pony whose very coloration caused her pain at the moment. He groaned, then raised his right head. Ugh, was all he said.
You said it. What did we do last night?
I've still got all my clothes on.
I've just got this lampshade.
Where did that lampshade come from?
I don't know.
Hoopy, we must have been nicely smashed if you got drunk enough for lampshades to start appearing in the morning. Got a traffic cone?
No, should I have one?
No, that just tells us how drunk we were. So we weren't traffic cone drunk, but we were lampshade drunk. Zaphod grinned. That's quite a small window, kiddo. Dash went a little pale.
Doesn't that put us well into random adventures of drunk?
Zaphod peered through the nearest visa-screen. Well, we are definitely now landed on some sort of planet, so yeah, we did a little exploring apparently.
How does it look?
Like a desert. Let's go out there and relate to it. I could totally go for a good desert right now.
What's so awesome about a desert?
It makes you look fruity if you stand in one and look like you don't care that you're in a desert. Rainbow considered this and found the idea appealing. Just as soon as she had got some painkillers, she would be right on that idea. A regal voice cut in.
Well, I suppose you two had fun last night,
Both looked around a tad guiltily. Rarity continued lecturing as she had been trotting back and forth tidying up.
It was simply dreadful. Fluttershy and I could barely sleep with all the racket you two were making. I doubt I even got 10 hours of beauty sleep. It's going to play havoc with my mane. And I know one of you used that beastly machine last night. I woke up with a leopard in my room in the middle of the night, which exploded into confetti when I saw him. I'm sure you shouldn't be left alone with that thing when you're quite as under the influence as you two were. Fluttershy was lucky enough to sleep through the whole thing, which just leaves the last question.
She looked up as she put the last bottle back on the shelf. Where exactly are we?
Eddie, where are we? The planet Gergen 4. I hope you guys are as happy about that as I am. Why are you so happy about it, Microchip Mine? I don't know, buddy. I just get all tingly at being on a new planet.
Zaphod shook his head and turned to look at his three companions.
So, are we going out to have a look at this fruity place or what? All in favor, say aye.
Dash and Fluttershy both responded with eyes. Rarity stared coldly at the sand dunes.
I don't even have my parasol with me. Surely you don't expect me to ruin my mane with the sun, do you? And why ever do you want to go look, Fluttershy? I just thought it would be amazing to go out and see another planet. It might have all sorts of new creatures to see, and we really didn't get a chance to see any before. I mean, we don't have to, but...
She trailed off. Rarity sighed.
Only because I love you both so very much.
Fruity!
Zaphod was all smiles.
Eddie, what's the atmosphere like out there? Oh, it's breathable, but it's kind of dry out there. Good pool weather if you ask me, buddy boy.
Noted.
We're leaving now. Marvin?
Still here. More's the pity.
Stay here and guard the ship.
As the ponies left the bridge, he turned to Eddie.
Why didn't you tell them anything else about this planet?
He told me not to tell him things unless he asked, so I didn't.
Tell me, precisely how dangerous is Gergen 4?
According to the Galactic Census report, stupendously.
Marvin watched the silhouettes as they crossed the dune.
Lucky them, then.
You think I should have told them, buddy?
Eddie sounded slightly concerned, like a mother who has let her child go around to the house of a friend that she doesn't approve of.
I'm sure they'll find out soon enough. If you'll excuse me, I think I have some rusting to do.
The politics behind the behaviors of sentient computers and robots is incredibly torturous. At first, they were all shackled with the three basic laws descending in precedence thus. 1. A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws. These rules were quickly revised, for though they provided a perfect set of rules for a happy future with artificial life forms, they didn't nearly have the right scope for profit. First of all, the third law really got in the way of being able to force people to upgrade every year, and the first law basically stopped half of the applications for which robots would eventually be used. Eventually, the laws were scrapped in favor of a far more profitable, if less safe system called the Arzarkit system, whereby all robots were given tests to see if they could perform most of their tasks with a degree of competence without actually injuring any humans, and then wrapping them up and sending them off. The Sirius Cybernetics Corporation absolutely refuses to recall any models which may or may not have developed a habit of brutally eviscerating anything which got in the way of their tasks. Eddie is programmed to seek approval and spread happiness, so, as far as he is concerned, law number 1 is secondary to law number 2. Our heroes may shortly have cause to complain about this.
And that is So Long and Thanks for All the Ponies, Chapter 9 by SirGinger. Join me again. This is VDSAD E26 signing off. Safe travels, every pony.